We're talking AI tools and the ones that you need to be aware of going into 2025 that can absolutely explode your performance.
Yeah, we're experimenting with AI right now. It's to help out with rescheduling cancellations and pulling from a wait list.
The future of AI is wild, man. We have to set laws that we cannot cross this threshold because AI is getting way too intelligent. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. This week just blew by, man. You feeling the same way over by you, Ben?
Yeah, it just feels like it. I mean, it's just nice to get back to some normalcy after the holidays and the craziness. So it is flying by.
Yeah, without a doubt. I love seeing my family, but when you're done, you know?
Yeah, I just want some. It's been so crazy with Christmas falling on Wednesday, January falling on or the New Year's Day falling on a Wednesday. Like both week just feel like they were shot. You got patients canceling all over the place, rescheduling, traveling, staff out, stuff like that. So just feels like it's been 2 weeks out of the year where we're not shot, but definitely impacted much more than if it fell on like a Monday or Friday or a weekend,
Right, 100%, man. Yeah, crazy time of the year. I'm stoked to be back, getting to work on all the amazing things we have in Clinical Marketer for 2025. Today, everybody, what we're going to be chatting about are some of the tools that Ben, Max, myself, the whole team of Clinical Marketer have been using for the last 6 to 12 months. We're talking AI tools and the ones that you need to be aware of going into 2025 that can absolutely explode your performance in 2025 with your marketing, with your finances, with your team, your leadership. The tools that are out there are so much more powerful than people even realize. Some of our favorite ones here today. But to start it off, I just want to kind of chat about the future of AI and how it's going to impact practices and explode the capacity of individual team members on the team and just make life so much easier. Ben, do you have any predictions or things that you can kind of see AI starting to do within practices, or just what are you most stoked about with AI or afraid of?
We're experimenting with AI right now. It's to help out with rescheduling cancellations and pulling from a wait list. So it integrates with PT Everywhere, and it will scan every 10 seconds if there's an opening or a cancellation on somebody's schedule, and then you just add a patient to a list and state what are their preferred times, and if it matches that new opening matches their preferred time, it will send them a text and let them know, hey, we have this opening. And so it'll also decrease our administrative costs, and then also just decreasing errors. You just remove human error from that. There's sometimes that the front desk will look at the timing correctly for what's available and then compare it to the wait list and make a mistake, right? And not offer it. This AI just removes human error and also decreases cost substantially too. So I'm excited to be experimenting with this. Been doing it for about 2 or 3 weeks, and so far so good. But that's one thing that we're already experimenting with, and I think that's going to make a huge change from administrative standpoint, and also patient experience too. So
yeah, especially with and what tool is that you're using?
It's called it's a company with Penciled. So
Penciled.
Yep.
Nice. And that's something that's now that we just integrated what inside of Clinical Marketer, what all of our clients use is an instance of Go High Level, a CRM. We just integrated that with PT Everywhere. And that's something that we could also probably fully automate with that, which would be pretty cool. So once you get it down and we get some data back from it, let's see if we can recreate it, because I think that might be an unnecessary subscription, because we're able to pull all data from PT Everywhere, and as cancellations happen, we can pull that information about when their ideal thing is and automatically trigger a workflow to do that stuff as well, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, talk more on that. I mean, I know what's going on, but yeah, I'm sure everybody's curious on what you're referring to.
So PT Everywhere, we have a really good relationship with their sales director. I think that's his position, John. And they recently, over the last year, created an open API, which allows programmers and developers to be able to integrate and create these hooks into PT Everywhere. And so we were able to basically connect PT Everywhere and JNAP with High Level. And so now we don't have to duplicate effort where it's we're generating leads that are going to CM Hub, and then we get them scheduled. Then we have to re-enter them into PT Everywhere or JNAP. Now the whole thing is seamless. So whenever someone gets added into PT Everywhere, they also get added into CM Hub or Go High Level. And because we're able to pull data from those EMRs, we're able to do some really, really cool stuff. For instance, as you were saying, whenever someone cancels, we can find openings on the schedule based off of their preferences and then add them automatically to a workflow that follows up with them that basically says like, hey, sorry, whatever, some sort of message, saying sorry that your session time wouldn't work out. We also have this time available on this day. Would you like to lock that in now? And maybe have some sort of message to create urgency around like our wait list, how long it normally takes to get back on the schedule, stuff like that. So that'll be really easy. But some of the other cool things that we're doing is we know by looking at the data when most people drop off. If people are going to drop off, it usually is going to happen around the 4th or 5th visit when people start to feel a little bit better. And so we're able to pull which visit number a patient is on and automatically trigger some sort of workflow with some sort of motivation or some sort of intervention or touch point to connect with that patient to increase the probability that they're actually going to show up and overcome any thought process they might have as to why they might not need to continue onward. So having a lot more personalized touch points between the treating PT and their patients throughout the continuum of their care without them needing to like every single day sit down, go through like what patients are on visit 5, visit 6, and personally send those messages. So that one we're really, really stoked about. The other one is pulling birthday information and data, where it's like whenever there's a birthday, they automatically get some sort of text wishing them a happy birthday, giving them some sort of voucher, some sort of gift to get them to come back in or to share it with a friend or family member. So those are just a few of the dozens of things that are now possible with that integration. So not exactly AI, at least not yet. Well, I'll talk about one of our favorite tools that can make it AI and make it much more conversational rather than just kind of like a structured kind of generic text workflow that you build out in high level. So it's getting really, really exciting what AI is enabling us to do. And all of these companies opening up their API access so developers like those that we have on our team can start to build out these tools that just make life way freaking easier for our clients and for cash PTs in general.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be huge for like reactivations too. I think that's going to be a big key piece. But yeah, I'm most excited about the birthday ones and reactivations from those too. So
right, and it's like you can design such cool workflows from the treating like PT, have them pre-record like certain videos, certain different things for different patient populations. And it's all triggered based off of the like timeline that patient is on throughout working with you. So we can tailor and curate a much more personalized experience for each and every patient through these automations and through these integrations. So 2025 is going to be a lot of fun. Pumped to be building all of this stuff out and having all these new tools dropping that just give us such a big sandbox to play with.
Yeah, I think it's going to also allow clinics to really separate themselves from others.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's kind of sad. Patients are blown away. Like they're so excited when we have like that automated text that goes out if there's a missed call, where it allows them to like schedule a call, like through a Calendly link, or like that's so great that after I send my submission on your website that there's a time to schedule. Mm-hmm. Like the bar is so low. Like people are static about being able to actually schedule a call and have it be user friendly. Like blow them out of the water if you can tap into AI, because a lot of these other clinics just aren't even doing it.
Right. Yeah. The future of AI is wild, man. What do you think? Like the Android AIs, like the biped, basically like the iRobot machines that Tesla's working on.
Yeah.
I mean, we're close to having those just walking our streets, and they're able to do such like menial tasks like folding your laundry, cleaning your house, cooking dinner even, which is crazy. How do you see those potentially playing into practices in the future?
I have no idea. It's just like at 2 or 3 years ago, you think that was improbable.
Some sci-fi shit,
And so who knows what the capacity is on, across the board. No idea. I mean, it could go to, honestly, there's a probability that it could just replace PTs. I hate to say it, but from a treatment standpoint, however, you won't be able to. A lot of patients also come for the experience of that connection too. Yeah, and it's hard to build that connection. So I think that's where it's going to be tough to replace PTs. But from a treatment standpoint and whatnot, they aren't going to do as good of a job, but they can get close, on it. So I think that it makes the PT profession okay from being replaceable. It's just there's so much of that human connection that patients value. So
I don't think it'll replace PT. It's just the data that is all around consumer behavior today. We're going through such a massive shift where for the last decade, people have just been bombarded with just ads and fake gurus and all these like crazy outlandish like offers that were a result of Alex Hormozi dropping his book. And now people are just so sick of inauthenticity. Is that the right word?
Yep.
Is that a word? Everything's just so not authentic. And so I think everyone's kind of pushing towards like, I want relationships. I want to know these people. I want to have an experience. I want to have an emotional connection to the brands I'm working with. So although I think, can AI do physical therapy, at least eventually? Absolutely. Will that be the experience that people want? I doubt it. I could see like eventually like hospitals starting to do that sort of thing just because they are the ones who are massively understaffed and their wait lists are effing insane. So I could see that happening sometime, probably not for the next like 10, 15, 20 years, but eventually economically, that's going to make a hell of a lot more sense. And then like in the cash physical therapy realm, it's going to be completely two like separate models where it's like the insurance kind of cookie cutter thing where it's like, maybe you meet the doctor, but then PTAs are kind of replaced with this new piece of equipment that can walk them through a lot of the things that the doctor recommends. So that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. So I don't think it'll replace the primary provider, but I could definitely see it being a piece of equipment where it's like we don't need to hire a physician to kind of supervise and to help with these like basic kind of movements. I could definitely see that happening in the next 5 to 10, probably faster than we think.
Yeah, I mean, the speed in which AI is evolving just in the last year is nuts. And it's just going to compound, in my opinion.
Right. I was just reading a book called Quantum Marketing, and this was written in 2021, so not far away. And in 2021, and this was like a best-selling book. I'm trying to remember which company he was the owner of, but like one of the largest VC companies in the world. So this guy like really knows what he's talking about. And in there, he was saying how like the level of AI that we have today, he said, no way that we're going to have that in the next 10 to like 20 years. And it's like 4 years later, we have AI that the entire world, all the world's experts were like, we got to pump the brakes because this is the single greatest threat to humanity, which is crazy that Google, OpenAI, and I think NVIDIA, like all of the major players in AI, all of them got together and they're like, we have to like set laws that we cannot cross this threshold because AI is getting way too intelligent. It started creating its own language and it started lying to the producers who were making it by basically giving the prompt that the scientists expected or the engineers expected and wanted the AI to give. But behind the scenes, they found out that both the AIs were talking to each other and made up their own language and they were scheming behind the scenes. And they're like, all right, yeah, killing that. And now it's like ChatGPT 4 is where we're at. And they set the ground rules as a world, not as a country, that we have to stop overly producing this. So it's crazy how fast it's exploding just in a short amount of time.
I didn't know about the communication and own language.
Yeah, dude.
That's wild.
Right. It is scary because it's like, I mean, we're kind of just building the matrix. And if we do create this, well, if we allow this hyper intelligence to go too far, I mean, I think everyone can agree humanity literally from an outsider's, like an alien's perspective, we are literally a virus on the planet. We're like lice on the planet. It's slowly just burning through all the resources until we use everything up and it dies. We are, by definition, we're pretty much a virus, a self-aware virus.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd like, that's the thing too, is I don't know if I'd like the robots like walking the streets, you know, it's just like completely, entirely different world at that point.
I love the idea of it coming and folding my laundry.
Oh yeah.
Doing that stuff. There's nothing that pisses me off more than using my time cleaning and doing laundry. I hate it. In 2025, I'm definitely hiring a house manager to take care of that stuff for me because it's like that's a couple hours a week. And not only that, but like your environment creates your energy. And it's like if every week I have to spend a few hours to like tidy and clean and do all these things, it's like that's so much effort and mental energy that could have been spent on things that are making a huge impact in other people's lives and my life as well. So
Yeah, there's a service that we use at the clinic that we just started using this year. It's called Poplin, and it's a laundry service. They come pick it up, they fold it for you, all that. So it's been a huge improvement for the work experience of my front desk, and just allowing them to not have to worry about folding laundry, doing laundry, just being able to focus on what truly matters. And it's not that expensive. Like, I think we sent in like 70 pounds of laundry, and it's like $70, you know? So it's just like,
Nice.
it was like over a week and a half, 2 weeks of laundry, and it was $70, you know, $150 a month to get a lot of my time back from the front desk to be able to greet patients, do other high level tasks. You know, it's a no brainer.
That's brilliant, because that completely changes the type of candidate you can attract for that position. Because at the end of the day, your front office is a sales position. They're handling client relationships, the client experience, communicating with all past and prospective patients. And any person who's like great at that, odds are they don't want to be doing freaking laundry.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're able to attract higher level candidates. Because the people that are higher level aren't going to be wanting to do that, and aren't going to be okay with it.
Right. So anyway, let's digress into what people can use today. We talked a little bit about the future, which is scary. It's fun. It's exciting. My God, what a world might look like in 15 years is baffling. Maybe it won't even exist. Maybe we'll go straight into World War III and none of this will matter.
Yeah, might not.
Right. It's a little sketchy right now. But anyway, let's dive into the AI tools that we've been using inside of our own business, inside of our practices, that we've been using to educate and teach and support our clients. There's some really, really crazy stuff that I think is going to shock a lot of people watching this episode. So don't forget, if you get value out of this thing, Ben and I go live every single week to share our knowledge about life, about business, and how to just succeed and prosper in this life. And we do it all 100% for free. We don't run any ads. We don't do any of that crap. All we want to do is to support all of you. And the only ask that we have is that if you get value out of this, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our podcast, either iTunes podcast or Apple podcast or Spotify. And if you think someone would get value of what we're talking about, don't forget to share the show. So let's talk about number one. It's called HeyGen AI. This is an AI tool that allows this tool to basically clone you. And so you're able to just send in a photo of yourself, and then it turns it into an actual video of you talking. And it's absolutely insane. If you've seen our ads, you've most likely seen a lot of AI. So let me just show you an example here. Screen share. I'll walk you through some of these crazy tools. Okay, let's make this bigger.
One of our best performing ads is actually AI.
Yeah. Well, no, I beat it. My overlay one. But yeah, for a while, dominant ad. Okay. And so HeyGen, this is basically a tool that it records you talking to the camera for about 2 minutes, and then it's able to replicate your entire body, your voice inflections, how you use your hands, every single thing about how you interact. It's able to clone, and then you just feed it a script to be able to say whatever it is you want it to say. So let me show you an example here. Now, Ben, was that AI or is that the video that you sent in to make the AI? What do you think?
I think that was AI.
Yeah, it was. It was. But damn, dude. It's so good. That is so good. So that video never actually happened. That is 100% AI generated. And it even replicated his voice, which is crazy. And so how practices can be using this is right now we're moving into the era of authenticity, where people, before they want to talk to you, they want to get to know you. They want to get to know the brand that they are potentially, going to be working with. And so the way practices can use this is, instead of spending hours and hours of time recording videos, recording video sales letters for your landing pages or for your ads, basically what you can do is you can script out a bunch of different videos, bunch of different hooks, a bunch of different call to actions. And then you can use this tool to generate all of the different videos for you to basically test all of those headlines, all of those call to actions, all of the bodies. And so instead of recording 20 different videos to find which one's going to work the best, you can just script out these videos. You can even use AI to script those videos, plug it into this tool, and you'll get 20 different videos that are almost indistinguishable of you and how you talk, and to find out which one of these videos and these scripts are going to perform the best and drive the most profit. And once you know which one drives the most profit, well, now let's take it to the next level. And and now you actually record that script. And so this is an incredible tool for in the world of short form and long form content to be able to push a lot of content out there quickly if you're uncomfortable with being on camera and figuring out which one of these videos is going to be the best that is actually worth the time to actually record. And so you can create short form content with this and absolutely dominate your marketplace. And if you love just writing like, here's the biggest problem that people are struggling with, here's how I solve it, plug it into this thing, all of a sudden you've got 20, 30 videos that you can be publishing that are building a ton of awareness and a ton of value within your local marketplace. So HeyGen, definitely a tool to look into in 2025 to not only expand your marketing, but also replicate your efforts and save yourself a tremendous amount of time in testing, recording, editing, and producing video. Any thoughts on that, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I personally hate creating. Main thing is like coming up with things and then having to record it. And so this just helps a lot for people that are similar to be able to not have to do that. And so I think it's great and definitely solves a pain point that I have when trying to create content for the clinic, especially if you're running low on time, like especially if you're a solo practice owner and trying to do sales, trying to do marketing, trying to do treatment, do scheduling, rescheduling, cancellations, everything goes into it, and then throw on creating content on top of it. It's usually a thing that's put on the back burner. So it helps kind of bring that to the forefront.
Right. To make this as valuable as possible, natively, HeyGen does not replicate your voice. This video does an incredible job of replicating the voice, but what it is that we did is we use a separate tool called 11 Labs, which has you record a 2-minute script that it gives you. You just read it, you use your own tonality, your own voice inflections, read it how you would normally say it, and then it replicates your voice that you can then plug into AI tools like HeyGen. So any videos that you're creating that you want to use your voice for, you can absolutely use. And so you can use this for videos like HeyGen, but you can also use it inside of your short form content. Let's say you're making a lot of value-based content for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn Shorts, whatever it might be. And the style of video that's extremely popular right now are simple demonstration videos where there's music playing in the background. You're calling out a specific pain point, maybe like hip pain during your squats, and you demonstrate your 3 favorite exercises that you would do to overcome or prevent that type of injury or discomfort now and in the future, right? And a lot of those, they don't have talking. And if you're uncomfortable talking on camera, boom, just record yourself doing the activity, the demonstration. And then you can use tools like 11 Labs, type up the script of explaining exactly what it is you're doing in this video. And then 11 Labs will use your voice that you can then overlay over that video. So you're still talking, you're explaining what's going on, but you don't actually have to do it. So pretty wild. Other crazy thing, and this AI software isn't quite where it needs to be as useful as possible, but there are other AI tools that you can use as a front office admin that for every single lead that calls in, it will answer the phone and it will have a really, really interactive and powerful and empathetic conversation with all leads who call in to the practice. And using 11 Labs, you can make sure that that voice is you. And I've tested this. Last year wasn't that good. The new tools right now are scary good at talking through the script that you provided, at handling objections, about finding the deep, deep emotional trigger points that are going to get people to commit to long-term treatment. It's crazy. With 11 Labs, you can make tools like that, make sure that it actually has your voice. Where society is drawing the line on tools like that, though, is you're not allowed to do outbound call. I think I'm grateful for that. As a marketer, that kind of sucks. But as a human being living in this world, I'm pretty glad that they're not allowing AI like cold calling happen in the world. That would suck. 24/7 around the clock. Someone can be following up with you with just tenacity and they just won't stop. So I'm glad that that's kind of where they're drawing the line. But that would be really helpful for practices to not have to follow up with their leads.
Yeah, I mean, it's already bad enough the way it is. Don't need AI contributing to it.
Right. Yeah, I certainly agree. So the combo that you can use right now that'll be massively impactful right now and in the future in the era of short form and long form content where consumers are now watching more content than ever before making buying decisions, the combination of HeyGen and 11 Labs can save you a tremendous amount of time. You can even delegate the scripting to somebody else to write your scripts. They just plug them in here, and then they have you using your voice with whatever background and scenery you want to set up for yourself, producing video almost on autopilot, which is crazy. Okay, so that is the first and second of the 5 AI tools that I want to share. The second one is with our ad creatives. Okay, one of the biggest issues that people have in finding long-term success with their ads is coming up with unique creatives that get people excited to want to, click on your ads and interact with your brand and see what you're all about. Most of the time when ads fatigue, it's not because you dried up your prospect pool or that people are not interested. It's that they've just seen your ad too many times or from too many people. Maybe people are copying your ads, whatever it is. So Midjourney is a tool that is the best at doing this. There's a lot of other tools like Dolly and a few other ones that are out there where you can type in what you want AI to create and then it'll render an image for you. Midjourney is by far the front runner in quality images that you're able to create with this. And so our top performing ads for our clinics and for Clinical Marketer have all been generated through AI. Like if you've seen our ads and opted into our stuff, you've probably seen the ones where it's like a really cool gym that's in like the desert or in Batman's cave. Like all that was generated through Midjourney. Ben, have you played around with this?
Yeah. And
you know what I'm talking about.
But no, I mean, it's great. It's amazing. Like, I don't know, it allows us to really produce a lot of ads very quickly to test. And yeah, it's a game changer. Instead of like having to edit things on Canva, spend time doing that, downloading it, uploading it, all that stuff. It's much more efficient from a mass standpoint.
100%. I'm going to try to find, because every single week we host a special class just for making creatives using this platform. And it's really, really helpful because a lot of the times it's hard to be creative. So I'm just going to find the most recent shares that we did because we're creating really, really incredible stuff with this. Oh, booyah. Okay. Go here. You able to see my screen, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are some of the ad creatives that we're creating with Midjourney for our clients running meta ads. And so you can see like there's kind of a theme where it's like, say like, okay, New Year's ad, I want a physical therapy gym image. And we just kind of type that in. Then we type in like what the theme of it we want it to be. This one was New Year's. And this is what it created, which is really, really cool. It's captivating. It's different. There's no chance that anyone has ever seen an ad like this before because this is the only one that exists in the world because it's generated with AI based on our prompt. And so we can use Midjourney to do all sorts of things from our brochures to our business cards to our Facebook and Instagram posts to the ads that we're running. It is absolutely limitless. You can use it just for fun. I've made Ben into South Park characters before. If you've been in our group for longer than a year, sometimes we run special events. Like we ran one that was the cashpt party where I turned Ben, myself, Max into colonial generals. And all of that was done through Midjourney. So if you want to have a really fun evening, go experiment with Midjourney, pour yourself a glass of wine and just make some stuff because it is outrageously fun to do it. Okay. Anything to add to that, Ben?
No, I mean, fun is a very subjective term depending on what end you're on it.
Yeah, I like to turn my friends into stuff. Okay, so this is Midjourney that's used to create all these graphics. These aren't just pictures we found online. These are all 100% AI generated. Now, as you can see, every single one of these pictures is a video. Now, Midjourney doesn't turn that into a video. Midjourney creates the picture. We make that picture an even better creative by using AI to turn it into a video, to make it come to life, to make it more engaging, to increase the stopping power of the ad that we're running. And so to do that, what we're using this tool here. This isn't what it was originally called. They changed their name. It was called Runway. Okay, so if you type in Runway on Google, you'll find this tool called Videocraft. And basically, let me just make sure I'm going to open up a new tab, make sure this wasn't like an ad for a different company that's trying to steal Runway's traffic. Imagine art. Yeah, sponsored ad. I got tricked. Okay, Runway. This is the tool that you want. Okay. And so it basically takes images and it turns them into really realistic videos. And it's crazy the things that you can do, because that initial picture that you saw was just a picture of a statue. And you just prompt it saying, pour black paint over this statue. And the graphics and the physics of what this AI is able to create is insane. Like this is going to change the entire world. Like movies, shows, all of that stuff is going to be produced through this, which is really, really cool. There's even AI tools. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but for shows like South Park or like really popular animated shows, there's a company that is partnering with the producers of that show and using AI to crowdsource new episodes of those shows. So any fan of South Park, for example, can go to this platform and write their own episode, and their AI will generate that entire episode using the animation style of that show. So now those shows are limitless, where they don't even have to create their own content anymore. They can find the most popular, best fan-made episodes and then run those. And so like entertainment, the shows that we watch on Netflix, like it is going to be Wild West future of how people are entertaining us. So this tool is just an example of that. So every image that we created within Midjourney, we plug into this, and then we simply give it some instructions and a prompt to be able to turn it into something that's as cool as these images. Now, these ads are producing hundreds of thousands of dollars for our clients. And every week we get on a call, we come up with a bunch of ideas, and we just have a really fun, goofy time creating this stuff. Because half the time it's hilarious what happens. But you keep working with it, keep prompting it, then you get these epic, really cool videos like this one you get here. Okay, so that's the other tool, Runway, to turn your images of whatever it is, whether it's just a picture of you at the clinic, it doesn't have to be AI generated. It could be any photo, and then you can completely animate it. We made one where I walked through a door, then fell through a hole, like fell through like a sewer drain. Like the things you're able to do with it are absolutely nuts. Ben, any fun ways you could see using this?
I think AJ Cohen posted in the group chat like a funny video like for runners, like tracking runners. So I think it's just it's just a great way to test different ads and make it. It's just like the thing too is nobody can copy you. You know, you're one of one when it comes to it. You just got to use your creative genius to do it. So it's really fun where it's just like there's no competition if you're leveraging this. Right.
And if you're not a creative genius, first of all, stop telling yourself that, because creativity is a muscle. You just have to go and have fun with it. And each and every thing that you create is going to give you an idea for something else. And so just get started with it. Don't, have fun with it. Start by turning you and your spouse into, wizards or something. Okay. It's really funny, the stuff that you can do. Tell it the animation style, all of this stuff, and then take your family photos and plug it in here and turn them into funny animated pictures. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but that is going to be the final one that we'll go through. There are AI tools that we've created. ChatGPT is now the most useful tool that you can use inside of your practice right now. It's allowing companies like us to create tools that allow you to come up with all of your marketing material, write your blogs, write your emails, write and script your short form videos. If you want access to our AI tools, drop it in the comments and I can send it your way. But basically all we have to do is come in here, tell it like, I run a cash physical therapy practice specializing in avid runners, okay? And then this tool will print out an entire marketing blueprint for you on how to reach and target those people within your marketing. You can then take this entire thing, let's just say this is all I got, okay? You can take this whole thing and go into our next tool for short form video and tell it, write me 30 content ideas based on this. Okay, and it's going to script out all of your 30 videos and give you a bunch of different ideas so you don't have to be a creative genius. You can then say, script the content idea number 1, and then it'll script out the entire video for you. So you no longer need to think. AI is supercharging your ability to become a world-class marketer and get things done quickly. If you want access to these tools, including our GPT for writing long and short form email to engage and interact with your list, to run promo cycles, to indoctrinate your new subscribers, to reactivate all past patients, just put AI beneath this video. We'll follow up with you and we'll give you our entire product suite of AI tools you can start using today to dominate 2025. That's all we got today, guys. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your day. Ben, got anything to add, brother?
Oh, nope. It's just going to be, it's again, double down. You got to make sure that you stay on top of this stuff because it's what's going to separate clinics from other clinics.
Right. Or you can just come work with us and we'll keep you at the forefront of everything and you'll just dominate your market just because we'll make sure it happens.
Yep, simple as that.
That's right. Everyone, have a great day. We'll catch you later.